All right, it's kind of happening. It's beginning to go. So cool. We'll just jump in and start, and we're going to learn some guitar. And if this is your first time ever playing, then fantastic. You're in the right place. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to run through some beginner chords, and we'll see how we get on. And maybe we'll be playing our first song today too, which should be cool. And I know that always sounds like a stretch. Whenever I tell people they're going to play their first song in their first session. They're like, oh no, maybe not. But we're going to try. We're going to try. And I can't promise anything. I'm not a miracle maker, but we're going to try and play some stuff. So if you grab your guitar, and I know some of you guys I can see, some of you I cannot see, we're going to go real nice and easy because there's a few of us and there's a few more kind of people kind of coming in as we go. We are going to start with the easiest of all chords on the guitar. So you're going to have to kind of help yourselves a little bit here. And I don't know who's left-handed, who's right-handed, but you're going to look at my hand and we're going to follow the frets and we're going to learn some chords as we play. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pointer finger here and we're going to put it down on this. You got 6 strings. So we've got string 6, which is closest to your face. 5 is the next one. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And you're going to put that pointer finger down on the 5th string, which is this one just here on the 2nd fret along. So if you see these kind of line spaces, it's going to go just on here. Now, if at any point you have a question as we're doing this, you just like show me or you turn off your mute. You guys are all muted right now, but you can turn off your mute or you can ask in the chat. That's absolutely fine. And then your middle finger is going to go on the string just below it here. Now I'm going to try and get that really close in for you so you can see I'm on those 2. Okay, good. And then you're going to strum all the strings with your other hand. So if I just zoom in on the guitar. So we're strumming all the strings. And it might sound something like what I've got. It won't if you're out of tune. That's not what we're doing today. But if you've got your fingers in the right place, that's all we're looking for, is to get it to sound like that. Got it sounding kind of like that? Yeah? Cool. I can't hear you, Conte, so you can just give me thumbs up if... Yeah, okay, good. So that's our first chord. Very, very good. Second chord we're going to do is the same thing, but it's 1 string down. So you see this one here was one of them. The next chord is 1 string down. So I'm just on the 2 strings here. That's it. So 1 string was up here and 1 is down there. That's it. And then you're going to jump between them. So we should sound like this. That second chord, you should only strum 5 strings. So you're not going to strum the string 6 closest to your face. You're just going to strum the bottom 5. And then I want you to jump back and forth between them. Just play them for like a few seconds and chill. It's music. And I'm going to turn on the light because I've realized you can't see me very well. And so I'm going to turn on a bright light so you can see me better. All right. There we go. And make the chair squeak, apparently. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for a little bit and you're just going to try and join along with me. So I'm going to count out loud. These are the 2 chords. We've got E minor and A sus 2. This is called A sus 2, but you can think of it as A. We're going to give it the short name, A. All right. So, and I'm going to count and we're going to do 1 per bar. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to play this E minor just for 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then by the time we get to the next number 1, you need to be on the A. Okay, so you're going to try and catch in time with me. Now, if that means you have to go early, and like by the time we're on 2 of the E minor, you're like, I'm getting ready for the A, then you go early. That's all good. But we want to be in time for those 1s. That's more important than like following to the end of the bar. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor. 2, 3, 4. And now A. Back to the E minor, 2, 3, 4, going to be expecting now, because there's a few people in this session, is you're all going to be at different levels, and that's like normal with everything ever. And so some of you might be struggling to just catch up and work out where those chords are, and that's fine. And in fact, I'd expect that for a lot of people. And some of you might be like, that's really easy. And so you're going to bridge yourself from where you're at. If it's really difficult, then you're just going to try and play one chord each time I play it. And then you're just going to chill and wait for the next chord, and you're going to try and listen for it changes and join in. If it's really easy, then you're going to try and play as many of the chords as you can in between. So it's going to be like before we get to the next one, and you're going to still try and be in time. Okay, so it's your job to manage how difficult and easy this is for you. I can't kind of babysit you over Zoom live. All right, but you're gonna work this out for yourself. You'll see how it feels. All right, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. A right now. E, 2, 3, 4, and A. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. E. All right, good. Cool. How are we doing? Good. Thumbs up. Difficult. Hard. Hard. Okay, cool. Okay, in that case, that's absolutely fine. Can I hear how you're getting on with it if I unmute you? Yeah, cool. All right. Can you show me how you're doing, Conte?
So my question is, when you do that, for example, the first one, you play with all of them or starting the 5?
That's a good question. So on the E one, where you're playing on 5 and 4 with the strings, you're going to strum all 6.
The 6. All right.
All of them. On the other one, on the A one, it's just 5.
Okay.
Okay, so it's different between the two.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
Would you play the 2 changes for me just so I can hear?
Okay.
Nice. That's good. That's good. I know it, like, I know at the beginning you're like, oh, it doesn't sound like music yet, but actually that's good. It's all technique at the beginning. And do you know what I think? We're going to do the same exercise. We're going to take a bit longer on each chord.
All right.
So that you have more time to change. So instead of, I'll count it for you, but that's really nice. I want more practice on it. That's all. All right.
Okay. Thank you. I can hear you.
Oh, you're muted.
So what I did there was, instead of muting Conte, I muted myself, which was not smart. So I will repeat what I was saying. So what I was saying was, you guys, there's other people in this session. Obviously you're not on camera, but if you want to ask questions in the chat, you're very welcome to, and I'll answer those too. So we're going to run through this again, and we're just going to go slow. We're going to do two of each, because this is all about kind of getting a jam and a groove going, and that's what music really is. So I'll count what this will sound like. Instead of us changing every 4 beats, we're going to change every 8. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the new chord, okay, for each one. All right, and I wish I had, if I had, like, you know, when they do a TV show, they have like the counter along the bottom. You're going to imagine my hands doing this, but I'm going to be playing, because I don't have 4 hands, right? And frankly, I'm glad I don't, because I don't think anyone would accept me in the world. All right, here we go. So we're going to go in, so E minor in 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Still on this E. 2. Get ready for the A. Now. 2, 3, 4. A. Again. 2. Back to the E. 2, 3, 4. E again. 3, 2, 3, 4. And A. 2, 3, 4. A again. Back to the E. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the A. Okay, cool. So these are the first two chords that I always teach on guitar. And probably if you're on an acoustic right now, your fingers are already hurting. Yeah, you're like, yes. Yeah, because it's hard. So those fingertips are going to hurt. So we're going to, yeah, I know. So we're going to give them a rest a little bit. And we're going to work on just some right hand strumming stuff. So the way that I like to teach, so I always think when I learned piano as a kid, they would always teach one hand and then another hand and one hand, another hand. And when I learned guitar, like no one did this. It was always both hands at the same time, and it just felt hard. So I really like the idea, and I didn't come up with this. There are guitar teachers who do this already who are very, very good, who showed me. But it's you want to practice one hand at a time, because this instrument is like a Rubik's Cube to play sometimes. So we're going to do some right hand strumming, and that's my assumption, is that everyone is right-handed in here. And if not, then you're going to do some left hand strumming. But whichever hand has the pick or your fingers, we're going to run through. So I'm going to show you how to use a pick now. But I'll also talk about the fingers too, just in case no one has a pick on them. So with a pick, you're just going to hold it between your thumb and your first finger. And I don't want you to grip it too hard. And if I was going to give you like an ideal way of holding this, it would be on the side of that finger. And then the thumb just kind of comes over the top like that. Now, when we're playing with a pick, we only need to hold it enough so that it doesn't fall out of our hands, not so much that it's like, some people are trying to strangle this thing, and it sounds like awful when we play if we try and strangle it. So just enough. And then you're going to strum through it. So if I really gently strum through the guitar, and the way it should kind of feel is like you're using a paintbrush. I think of this as like the paintbrush of the guitar, and it's not a light switch, which is what people sometimes use it like. They kind of go like, just ram through the strings. Think of this like a paintbrush. So the harder you press, it's going to have one kind of stroke, and the lighter you press, you have another, but it really is that dynamic. So all I want you to do is just like sit there and use the guitar up, the pick up and down the guitar. And you could hold a chord if you want to, but remember, we're doing this to like give your fingers a break. So you could also not. See how your fingers feel, and maybe don't hold a chord and just literally strum down. So I'm going to hold a chord, but you can just strum along with me and get used to it. Remember, we're not doing a strumming pattern yet. You're just getting used to how that motion feels, holding it the right way in this hand. Oh, and I just said like 2 minutes ago, I would show you how to do it with fingers too, and I will do that. I just forgot. So if you're doing with fingers, on the way down, you use your nail of this hand of this finger, the first finger, and on the way up, you use your thumb. So if you watch my hand, I'm going down this way. And with this, I have a little bit of a shift, and then my thumb would do the work on the way up. So, and it has a different kind of sound. It has a very different sound. And it's going to feel different too. So you can play around with both. I got good at playing with fingers because I never had a pick on me when I had a guitar. I would always go play the school guitars, and I never had a pick. So I got really good with fingers, but you can play with both. So I'm just going to play some now, and you're going to literally sit there and you're going to try and just use either a pick or your fingers, and you're not going to worry about the sound. You're just going to think about how it feels. Like, how does that feel on the guitar? Try and relax, not in like a weird way. This has not become meditation with the guitar class, but like seriously, it's very much like you're trying to relax your wrists, not hold them too tight, and just see how you can feel to get that finger through the strings. Totally non-natural movement. Let's try it. All right, cool. So that was nice, and I have hopes that your fingers are beginning to kind of feel what it's like. And all of this stuff is so unnatural. The guitar is like not a natural experience at all. You have to like build up knowledge with it, and you'll get there. One of the things that people say when they first play guitar is like, oh, my fingers feel so odd. This is a really odd instrument. Like, it's so unnatural, but it's so worth it, because when you get to play something for enjoyment, it's cool. Cool. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that same strumming idea, but we're going to put some rhythm to it. So you may have been already trying to play kind of the rhythm along with me, and that's cool. But we're going to try and put some rhythm strumming to it. And the idea with guitar is that when we're doing those 1, 2, 3, 4 counts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, we think of the 1, 2, 3, 4 is like where the downstroke would go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we think of, that's the movement down here, downstroke, that's jargon, I just realized. So downstroke is when we move towards the floor, and upstroke is if I move and I pluck through the strings, moving upwards, okay? And so the first thing we do is we're gonna try and just synchronize downstrokes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and you lift your hand up each time, and we'll see how that goes. Let's try it, all right? Does that make sense, Conte? Yeah, cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Your headphones falling out. 3, 4. 1. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. All right, cool. So I'm going to ask you for some feedback now, because I have no idea how you're doing without you telling me. I can't see your guitar. How are you getting on?
Sorry?
How's it going?
Well, fine.
Yeah, it's good. You finding the right hand okay?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can you play for me so I can hear it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. What's frustrating probably is the pause, right?
What is pause?
The space,
Yeah.
so between the chords when you change, that pause is,
Yeah.
you find that frustrating?
It's easier to change the first one to the second one, but
Yeah.
when I am in the second one, it's like, how I need to see.
To get back. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise for that to help you, because this is really nice of a thing that you can learn. And then this is how you do it for all chords. Even for like difficult chords that I learn now, I still do this exercise. So it's worth learning, but it'll help you. So we're going to do just a little bit of the left hand, and we're going to do what I call air guitar. It's not like air guitar, but you know, it's almost as cool. So what you do is you're going to practice that movement, just that back and forth without doing any strumming.
Perfect.
So it feels really nice. And then when we've done that for like 60 seconds, you're going to try some of the chords with your eyes shut. Okay. So I'm letting you know that's coming up. We're going to do some eyes shut playing. All right. So have a go with this back and forth. And do you want to, would you tilt the laptop down just so I can see your hands when you're doing this? Yeah. Great.
Yep.
Perfect.
So, well, it's like that.
Great.
No.
Yeah, that's good.
No, it's good. So, yeah, it's better.
Good. So keep doing that. We're going to do that for like another 30 seconds. And then we're going to do some eyes shut. Okay.
All right.
Good. Keep going. I'm just going to pop you on mute for a second. Good. So if you're joining us and you're playing along right now, or you're one of the other people on this call, then we're just doing some eyes shut practice with these. And you're going to do some eyes shut practice with chords. And this is one of the best ways to learn chords. So the problem when people are learning chords, one of the biggest issues that people have is trying to remember the shapes and get their hands there quick enough. So I'm bringing out a little product course thing, because this is a thing that all students struggle when they first start. But it's on how to change chords fast. Because like the most common thing I hear from beginners is like, my hands won't move fast enough. And really, it's not that your hands won't move fast enough, because most people, like if I throw a ball at you, you have to move way faster to catch that ball than you ever would to play the guitar. It's just the shapes aren't in your head yet. And it's really not the fingers that need to learn them. It's your brain. It's the brain needs to have a picture of them. And I know this is super like, weird, but it's, you can picture what's going to happen, and then the chord will happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut our eyes, the best way to test it, and we're going to try and play these chords. So you are going to go with the E minor, shut your eyes, and then you're going to try and imagine, okay, where have I got to move to get this A? And you're going to use your fingers to feel where they go. Slowly press it down. And then once you've done that, you can then open your eyes to check and see if you're right. And if it was wrong, great, you just learned something. Okay. And then you're going to go back and forth using that with the eyes shut. And this is like a great 5-minute thing to do each day. So try that for a few minutes. And while you do that, I'm literally just going to play some music, so you've got background noise while you do this exercise, okay? All right, cool. How are those feeling? Any better or just the same? Yeah, okay, good. This is one of the things about these exercises, they are exercises. So obviously we're getting better a little bit today in the lesson, but the real work, like you will see by doing these exercises in a week or so, it'll be like, oh, cool, I know these chords and I can play them. So we're going to play those chords again, and we're going to build up. So one of the things that was happening was when you were doing the strumming and the chord, was you were getting to the end of the bar, like here for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we had this pause before we get to the next one. I think of that pause like buffering on a YouTube video. It's like I'm listening to my song, it's come on, and then the buffering comes on, and it's like, oh, no. Or if you're a 90s kid, like I am, then the CD player in the car, when you go over a bump, skipping. It's like, oh, the CD player skipped the music again. That's what those pauses are like. So that's why they're so frustrating, because it reminds us of like buffering on YouTube and CD players. And maybe that's just me, but yeah, everyone finds this frustrating. So what we're going to do is, instead of playing and strumming on every beat to begin with, we build it up so that we have time here to get ready for the chord change. So we start with playing on beat 1. Imagine this is like a weird thing. I normally use a whiteboard for this. So we'd go on beat 1, we strum. And then on beat 2, 3, and 4, we are not going to strum. And that gives us time to get ready for here. That's how we'd start with this. But I think, obviously, Conte, you're already able to do that. So we've done that. We've just then jumped to playing 4 beats in a bar. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try and strum on beats 1 and 2, and then leave a space on 3 and 4. So it's going to sound like this. It's going to go 1, 2, nothing, nothing, A, 2, nothing, nothing, 1, 2, nothing, nothing, etc. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, cool. And then we're going to do with 3 beats, and then we'll get to 4, and we'll see, like, you'll see where you're at, because 4 seemed like it was difficult, but I think we'll get to 4 today. So we'll try it. You ready? Okay, cool. So playing along with me. 1, 2, 3, just beats 1 and 2. 1, 2, nothing. Get ready for the A, and A, 2, nothing. Ready for the E, E, 2, nothing, nothing. A, 2, nothing, nothing. E, 2, nothing, nothing. A, 2, nothing, nothing. E. All right, good. Cool. How was that? Good? Easy? Yeah, okay, not too bad. Just had some people join us, which is cool. If you guys want to put in the chat how you're getting on, that'd be cool and helpful for me. To let me know, or you can join with camera too. So we're gonna try. Do you think we can try on 3 beats? We are like, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Let's see how it goes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Get ready for the change. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Get ready. E, 2, 3. Nothing. All right. So now where I'm at, because I'm curious, because I can see your face. I'm like, I want to hear how you're getting on. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. Let's see how you're getting on.
Wait. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Play for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Good. That's right. So you're playing on 1, 2, and 3, and then there's nothing on 4. Really, really good. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to see if we can do the 4 one.
Okay.
And see if that comes in. Do you want to just have a go? 1, 2, 3, 4, and see if you can do it. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Anna.
Yeah, and then you'd have to change. Yeah.
Oops. I'm lost.
All right, cool. So this is going to be like your first piece of guitar homework. Those 2 chords and trying to just take them real slow. And you have 3 ways to work on them. You can do them together like we are right now. You can do them left hand only with your eyes shut, all that kind of stuff. And you can do right hand only.
Okay.
And that's like, you think I have 3 things to practice. Really, they're working on the same thing, but it's going to begin to sound like a song. So we're doing like amazingly well for time. So do you want to learn another chord?
Okay.
Yeah, let's learn one more chord. All right, cool. Let's try it. So you had your, yeah, let's do it. So we got the E minor, which is here. And then you're going to lift your middle finger up. And we're going to put it on this 6th string, fret number 3.
Okay.
So it kind of has this like thing going on here. And then we can strum all the strings on this one. So, yeah, good. And so what we're going to do now is you're just going to try and change. Remember that air guitar thing we did before? You're going to change between those 2, just so that feels, till that feels comfortable.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be the speed of my hands. I know that was, that's okay.
No, not yet.
Good. And this one's called G. So one thing you can do when you're doing air guitar is you can like say in your head the name of the chords as you change them. So E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor, G.
E minor, E. Okay.
Yeah, E minor, G, E minor, G. And that's,
E minor.
You like burn it into your brain that those shapes are the thing. Okay, cool. So we're going to try and play those 2. We're going to do the same thing as before. And so you're going to choose the scale, so you can do 1 per bar to begin with. But if you want to rank it up, the only rule is you have to be in time with the change. So yeah, if you can do 2, you can do 3 in the bar, but make sure you leave a space to get the change in. Okay, that's my only rule. Oh, and I muted myself again instead of you. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Get ready for the G and G. 2, 3, 4 and E. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, E. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4 and E. 2, 3, 4 and G. E. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4 and E. 2, 3, 4 and G. E. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3. If you drop out, just join back in when you're ready. 2, 3, 4 and G. Get ready for that E. 3, 4, E minor. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4 and E. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3. E minor. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4 and E minor. 2, 3, 4 and G. E minor. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4 and E minor. 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4 E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4 and G. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and fingers falling off. Yeah, good. So I sent out an email to a bunch of beginner students that I kind of have on an email list, and just saying that acoustic is way harder than electric, by the way. Just so you know, so your fingers are going to hurt more. So there's no problem with it. It's just it's harder to press down in the beginning. So you're a trooper and you're doing really well. Like, I'm amazed you got this far with those fingers. How are they feeling? Just need a break? Oh, let me unmute you.
A red and with a gap in the middle.
With red with a gap in the middle?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it's good.
That's good. You're doing good. So we'll take a break for a second and I'll talk to you about what I want you to go learn. So you might have seen this before. I don't know if I don't know how you came to this session today. So you might have seen this before already, but I'm going to walk you through a little sheet of chords. And if you have seen this one already, then you just let me know and I'll send you the next thing to learn.
All right.
But let me load up my chords and we'll talk about it. So. All right, okay. So I'm just going to find this and then I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. Let's open that. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and then you're just going to let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So have you seen this before? Is this something familiar to you or is this brand new? No. Okay, cool. So this is a little cheat sheet that I do for my students on their first set of chords, and you've actually learned some of them already. So I'm going to walk you through how to read this, and then I'm going to send you the link so you can download this in the chat in a minute. So this has kind of it's got pictures of my hand, it's got, you know, this stuff going on. And it's basically just a set of beginner chords that you've learned. So you've already learned this one. That's what we just did. We did this G one and we did this one here and we did this one here. But I appreciate you might not have a clue what this looks like, how to read this right now. So I'm gonna walk you through what this means. So what we're looking at here is this is your guitar neck. So can you see this over here? If I look, you see this black line here? Yeah. That is this white line here.
Oh, okay.
And then these are your strings going down. And these black dots are where you put your fingers. Okay, so here we've got middle finger, second finger here. Okay, and this number 2 is telling you which finger goes on that string. So finger number 2 goes black dot here. Finger number 1, black dot here. That's it. Okay, this is another way of reading the same thing, but we're not going to worry about it. So you ignore this the moment. This will make sense one day, but don't worry. We'll come back to it. Okay, and then this one down here, it's the same thing. Okay, so we've got string, this is your E minor. We've got frets across. These are where you put your fingers. And then these are what fingers, and then a picture of, it's not actually my hand. It used to be my hand on these pictures, but one of our teachers, Dan, kindly redid them because my pictures were terrible. So do you want to try working one of these out while we're on here? See if you can figure out a new one. So let's try this one, this D one here. See if you can work out how to play that.
So,
That's it.
So 4, 1, 2, 4. Okay.
So, yeah, string 3. And then if you tilt your camera down so I can see your hand, and I'll check and see how you get on.
Yeah. So.
Let me. It's like really small when I put the screen share going on. See? Yes, you're right. So the only thing you got to look at is just check out what fingers did it say to use on there. So if you see
okay.
1 and 3.
1. Okay, it's that one.
Yes, and now can you see you've got your third finger has just gone to the wrong string. So
but this is.
So can you see that third finger? You've actually got 2 fingers on the same string there.
In the same? yeah, sorry.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Okay, that's good. So now that's perfect. Now what this means on the side here is we've got XX, 0, and then these things going on, and then another 0. Do you have any idea what that could mean?
No.
So this is telling you which strings you're going to play. So if it's an X, that means we don't play those strings.
Okay.
If there's a dot on it, of course we're going to play that string, because otherwise we have our finger on it. But if we have an O, that means we're going to play that string, even though we haven't got it pressed down.
Okay.
So this one, we're going to strum 4 strings. Yeah, good. Great. Yeah, good. Great. That's it. So you're reading them. Let's try another one. Let's go for this one, E7. See if you can work that one out.
Okay, so 2, 2 and 1, and the 4, like that.
Yeah, perfect. And how many strings are you going to strum?
All of them.
All of them. You got it?
Yeah.
Very nice. Fantastic.
Yep.
Good job. All right, let's try another one. A minor 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You got this fast. Keep going. Very good. So I'm not expecting you to remember these as we go by. We're just checking to see you can read it. A7, try that one. Yeah, good. Good fingers. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. Great. And then D6. Let's try that.
Okay. So... Yeah.
Great. Nice. And then how many strings should we strum on this one?
I haven't seen. Sorry. Yeah, 4.
Good.
Yeah. Qué raro.
Great.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Let me stop screen sharing and I'll just see what you're playing. Play for me again. So what's happening is this one's real hard. So you see where we've got these fingers here. Yeah. So what we have to try and do, because this finger is here, we have to try and get it right on the tip, which is painful, by the way.
I cannot do that now.
Yeah. And especially on the acoustic, it's harder. But what's happening is, and I'll show you something that'll help too. So this will help your fingers. Actually, this is amazing. This didn't come up already. You were already making the chords sound so good. So basically, you're having to work probably twice as hard as you need to. And because you're making all the chords sound nice, we didn't even talk about this. So you want to try and get your fingers as close to the fret line as you can, because then you don't have to press as hard to get the sound.
Okay.
The further I am over here, the harder I have to press, the more it's going to hurt my fingers. So I'm going to apologize now for not letting you know this. Your fingers hurt already, but you got to work out. The further we are over here, the harder we have to press down, and the more likely we are to get that buzzing sound, that horrible sound. So that's kind of what was going on a little bit there. So if you try and move just close to the fret line, then play the same thing again, you might get better sound.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
I don't remember, is the 4th and the 5th? What?
You're going to play 4 strings.
Yeah.
And it's on strings 1 and 3, we would call that. So the 1 is the one closest to the floor, and then string number 3.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, good. That's much better.
Yeah. Let's see. No.
So your fingers are hurting probably right now, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
But the other, what I'm just going to tell you the other thing that's going on, so you know, but you're not going to be able to do anything about it yet, and I don't even expect you to. So what's happening is this finger is, when it's not on its point, the little part of your skin here touches that second string, and it kills the sound. So you hear that sound. That's what's going on. But it's painful to be on the tip, so that's normal. What I want you to think of in this beginner stage is really everything is about just building a habit of playing. So you just want to pick up the guitar and build a habit of playing for like 5 minutes a day, or however long you play. I really don't mind how long it is. And I even don't care what you play, which sounds stupid as a guitar teacher, but I don't care if you sit there and you like bash the strings for 5 minutes. I want you to think of this like brushing your teeth, where it's better to brush your teeth every day than it is to like do it perfectly once a week. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it perfectly once a week and it's not going to be effective, but if you do it even badly, regularly, it's going to be better. So you're just going to do little bits, and that's going to build up calluses for you on your fingers, and anything then you can do which is at least a little bit from this session is going to be great. Which is perfect. So you've done a really nice job, and I don't want you to focus on the sound. The sound is a result, and it isn't going to sound perfect yet, but it will begin to sound better the more you do this.
Okay.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try the E minor and the A one more time, and then we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to let you know that we're going to do the same thing next Monday. So we can do, and the thing is, we'll probably go further next Monday too, but if you want to come next Monday at 7 o'clock, we'll do the same thing again. I'm doing these free sessions for 4 weeks in a row on a Monday.
Okay, perfect.
So, you know, by the end of it, you'll be ready to go on tour. Probably not.
I'm with you as well, brother. I know I'm not being showing my face because I'm a bit strange for me, but I'm with you. I'm with you. So next Monday I should be there as well.
Great, JB.
My name's Jazz. So
Hey, Jazz, great to meet you.
Man, so.
Yeah, perfect. How did you find the session?
Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah, I've been messing around with a couple other girls on like a couple other courses and stuff, but you doing a live thing, I thought I'd give it a go, innit? And
Cool,
I'm a bit too paranoid about showing my face, innit? So
hey, no worries. Well, you don't have to show your face, no worries. Just but if
it feels a bit weird. It feels a bit weird looking at myself. I don't like doing that. I'm a filmmaker. I work behind the camera. You know what I mean? I don't like seeing my face, so it's more about me than you.
Yeah, no, and there's no problem. There's no pressure here. But if you you can always ask questions in the chat and stuff. But I'm glad you played along. You did good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play some E minor and A one more time, and then I'll see you guys next week. And also, I'm gonna send you both the link. Actually, let me do that now. So you have this link first for the beginner chords. So I'll send you that link now, and then you can practice that this week.
Sweet.
Copy the link in the chat. There you go. So I popped that in the chat for you guys, and it's got my email address on there. So if you have kind of questions as the week goes by, you can just email me. I don't know how quickly I'll respond because obviously I have other stuff going, but I will respond. I'll get to you eventually. And if not, I'll just see you next week and we'll work on the stuff then.
Yeah, I'm not very good at replying, so just feel free to send whatever you send. I'm looking at it, I'm reading it. I'll be there next week more than likely if I'm not back at work. So
that's all good.
I ain't got nothing to do for a while by the looks of things. So
yeah,
normally
that's fine.
Normally very busy, but
do you know what? It's one of those things. It's a very strange time in the world, but it's a very great time to be a musician because we just get to practice a lot more.
Well, I'm a filmmaker and I've always been into music, so I would love to. I've always wanted to do it, and never had the time. So, but now I've got loads of it. So let's do it. You know.
Great, cool. Let's play these E minor and A chords, and we'll have a little jam through, and then you guys can practice all week with your little bits of homework. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right, so remembering E minor and A, we've got this one here, and we've got the A's here. All right, I'm gonna count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor. Oh, it's terrible. My headphones are in the way. That was a false start. All right, let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and A. 2, 3, 4, and E. 2, 3. Go early for the A and A. 2. Go early for the E if you need to. E. 2, 3. Early for the A. 2, 3, 4, and E. 2, 3, 4, and A. Good. 2, 3, 4, and E. 2, 3, 4, and A. 2. Or an E. 3, 4, and A. And E. One of those things where I'm thinking I mess up. All right, cool. Well, we'll call it there. So you guys done a really nice job. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on today, Jazz and Concepcion, and anyone else who was joining along. I know there might be someone on Facebook, and there's some people that have been dipping in and out. So thank you so much. Concepcion and Jazz, would you like the recording of this session? Because I can send it to you so you can play back through the stuff if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cool. So on the document, just go to my email and just email me so I have your email address, and then I'll send you back the recording of this session so you can play along and re-listen to anything between now.
You've emailed me before. I think you've got my email address.
Cool. I might need to know which one's you. So I'll look up Jazz. Hopefully you're the
Jazz B _ 33.
Cool. I'll look you up. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I'll look you up.
I can send you another one anyway.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.